Hi, Jonathan Schrager here for Seconds Out, joined today by WBA bantamweight champion, super bantamweight champion, should I say, Scott Quigg. How are we doing, Scott?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you, mate.
Good stuff. Obviously, do you understand the criticisms that some fans have had? A little bit of frustration that it's not a massive marquee name this time that you're fighting at the Frampton Arena, because obviously fans now really want to see you in those marquee fights.
Yeah, he's one of them. There's nothing I can do with, we've put offers into the names you're probably thinking in your head: Santa Cruz, Carl Frampton. We try getting the Kiko Martinez fight before Carl Frampton. We are trying to nail down big names. This fight was offered to Joseph Agbetko, Victor Terratas, names like that, but for some reason they didn't materialise, and so it's no fault of my own, and all I can do is concentrate on is beat who's put in front of me, and that's what I do. Like I said, I want them big fights. People might not think this is a big name, but let me tell you, this is a very, very dangerous opponent. People have seen him over here before. He's beat Lee Askins. A real close decision loss to Jamie McDonald, which people thought he'd won. So he's fought Leo Santa Cruz, one of the Comedy brothers. Currently, most recently fought for the WBC bantamweight title. And he's only 24. He's former European champion. So he's been around a long time at a young age, and now he's coming to probably the peak years of his career, as well as him maturing and having man strength. So this is a real dangerous fight, and I'm not taking this lightly one bit. This is the toughest fight of my career.
Right, and it's well documented within boxing circles that you're a proper student of the game. You study tape and meticulously. What stylistically about Stefan is it that you think could pose a problem on Saturday night?
What is just everything. So he comes out and gives everything. He's a real aggressive, wants to just bomb you out. So aggressive, swinging bombs all the time, and he'll take 5 to give it 1. And what you got to remember is when he's going to be there to beat it. But what I know is that a hurt fighter is the most dangerous when a fighter's hurt. So if I catch him and he's going, he's still there until he's on the floor. I have to have my wits about me, because like I say, I'll be going in and he keeps going and going. He's got a big heart, and like I say, he's a real durable, and like I say, you've seen that from the head-to-head today. He's game. But I already knew that, and I just wanted to make sure he's going to come out firing, because that's what I want him to do, come out swinging, and that'll be his downfall.
Absolutely, and you mentioned up during the press there, you are looking for another impressive, emphatic knockout, aren't you? Yeah,
listen, I don't expect anything less from myself. It's not because of people want to after Carl Frampton becoming world champion. Nothing to do with it. It's what I expect from myself. The training I do, the way I dedicate myself, since the last fight, I've been in the gym every day, day in, day out, working hard and practicing and practicing. So I don't want to go in and just do a performance just as good as the last one. I expect to be better, and I feel like I've improved as a fighter, physically, mentally, and most importantly, skill-wise. As a boxer, I feel like I've come on even more and matured.
Absolutely, and obviously it's a topic that you're inundated with pretty much in every interview that either you or Carl give. But he's just gone on to win the world title last weekend. First of all, how did you analyse his performance? And secondly, obviously, that is the fight now that everyone wants to see subsequent to Saturday night.
I mean, to be honest with you, at this moment, I'm not even bothered about that fight. I'm answering the questions that people are asking out of politeness and, like I said, because people want to know. But in my head, I'm focused on his Saturday. But answering your question, he boxed. It was his best performance. He beat Kiko Martinez a lot easier than the first time, even though he stopped in the first time. And like I say, congratulations on him becoming world champion. It makes the fight between me and him, when it happens, a lot bigger.
And I was speaking to Joe Gallagher, trainer, obviously. I was saying, I mean, obviously you and it's one for the boxing purists almost, because you and Carl aren't prolific trash talkers. It's not like you're going to trash each other in the build up to the fight to build it, but it's still one of those fights that intrigues the boxing public and that could sell out an arena.
And that's because of you ask 100 people who win that fight. 50 will say me and 50 will say him.
Yeah.
You know, when it comes down to listen, boxing's boxing, and like I said, we're not trash talkers or anything like that. There'll be a bit of needle though when the fight's on.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because I want to, take his head off, and he'll want to take mine off, and because that's boxing.
Yeah.
But like I say, we do have a couple of trash talkers to help build the fight up, even though it doesn't need that in Barry and Shane and that. So it'll all be good fun.
Absolutely, yeah, because Joe mentioned that they'd referenced him a couple of times in interviews.
Yeah.
Obviously, Joe's not shy, so he can...
listen, Joe's not shy of a few words either. But like I said, I'm not going to go out mouthing off anything, because that's not me. If I was to do that, it'd be all up front. Yeah. I just let my performances do the talking, and like you say, it's a fight I want.
Yeah.
And if I want that fight, I've got to come through Saturday night, and there's no doubt in my mind that I will do.
Yeah, and just on to Joe, obviously Eddie was joking during the presser, but he's now getting plenty of plaudits. Obviously his achievements are very well publicised in British boxing.
Yep.
He's got his own mini documentary on Saturday night. I don't know if you've seen it yet.
I've not seen it yet, but I know it's on the on demand at the minute, so I might watch that in a bit. But
it's nice for your trainer to obviously be getting the recognition.
Listen, as you're coming up, people want to give you credit.
Yeah.
When you're up there, then for some reason you get built up and they try and bring you down.
Yeah.
On your way up, you're getting all the credit, and he gets a bit of stick and stuff like that. And, well, that comes with it. That comes with people. For some reason, when you're doing well, there's a lot of jealousy about it, instead of wishing people well. There's no more. There's no more than me that wanted Carl Frampton to win on Saturday night.
Yeah.
It'd be a no-brainer of me wanting him to get beat.
Yeah.
No, I'm not jealous. I have nothing to be jealous of. No. But there's a lot of people that want to see people who are doing well fail, and it's sad, really. But that comes with the territory. And when I get stick on Twitter, listen, it's entertaining, it's funny.
Yeah.
You look at it, you laugh at it, and let it go. Laugh, let go. That's it.
Yeah. And I was going to ask you, in terms of the magnitude of the fight with you and Carl, I know I don't want to quiz you too much on it because you are fully focused on Saturday, but in terms of it being one of the major arenas in the country, or a football stadium, or either in Belfast or Bury or what have you, where do you envisage the fight taking place?
I think the fight at the minute needs to at least be a 20,000 seat arena.
Yeah.
But I think it's potentially big enough to go into a stadium, and I think it's on the right tracks to doing that.
Yeah.
And I think a performance on Saturday night, my best performance, will even boost that even more and maybe take it to a stadium.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, as I'm a local to yourself in Bury, I live just up the road in Whitefield, go and watch Bury quite regularly. We're all hoping, after your last victory, Eddie mentioned the potential of there being a fight at Quigg Lane, as you joked. So, I mean, unfortunately, it might not be big enough to hold a fight of that magnitude.
If me and Frampton get it on these, unfortunately, like I say, Bury Stadium ain't big enough.
Yeah.
Listen, one day I do want to fight there. It'd be, even though it's the JD Stadium, it surely can be called Quigg Lane for one night only. Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, and talking about your beloved Bury, David Flitcroft now at the helm. You can very much tell he's a winner in all his interviews. He's rhetoric. He just wants to win games, and obviously the aim this year being to win the league and move up to League One. Yeah, definitely. Realistic ambitions, obviously.
They've had a good start, and it's one of them. I met Dave down at the club this year, and we had a real good talk, and you can see what a winner's mentality he has, and he's instilling that into the players, and not only instilling belief.
Yeah.
Do you know, and like you say, and they've started off well with the season, and I think they're only going to get better.
Yeah.
And like I say, with a manager like Dave and the staff and everything that they've got around them, the players, it's only going to. They've got a good crop of young players as well, and Ryan Law's back I know very well, and that he's experienced along with Dave and like I say the other staff. That listen, I really do think they've got a real good chance at making promotion. Yeah,
and it must be, you know, for sport within Bury now. Obviously, we've got boxing world champion. Bury have got some investment football team, and like you say, looking for promotion this year. Kind of like thriving a little bit at the moment in Bury.
Without that, and I want to mention Zoe Robinson from Bury as well. He's gone to 2 Paralympics and won 2 medals, a gold and a bronze.
Right. Yeah.
So that's another, you know, a real sports icon in Bury. Who do you know? He's got 2 Olympic medals. You know, that's a real achievement. And she needs to get a lot of recognition for that as well.
Fantastic. Well, thanks a lot for your time today, Scott. Really appreciate it, and best of luck on Saturday, obviously.
Thank you.
Cheers, Scott.